At 3:47 in the morning, on a Tuesday morning, a Fortune 500 company SOC analyst watched alert explode across her dashboard. And the alert said, anomalous data egress detected, 900 gigabytes in 4 minutes. Every security control showed green. There were valid OAuth tokens, perfect encryptions, no malware, no unauthorized access, no human attacker in sight as well. The breach was caused by an AI agent they created and authorized themselves. What happened next revealed why every enterprise is about to face the most dangerous identity crisis in cybersecurity history, and why 80% of organizations have no idea it's coming. Why is this about to happen everywhere? Right now, your enterprise manages around 10,000 human identities, each carefully provisioned to HR processes, reviewed quarterly by governance teams, and deactivated when employees leave. That's manageable within existing frameworks refined over decades. But current deployment trends indicate that within 18 months, organizations will manage 50 to 80 times more AI agents than human users. While HR departments conduct background checks and security trainings for every employee, development teams across your organization are spinning up AI agents like microservices. No governance frameworks, no lifestyle management, and no centralized oversight. This creates what security researchers call the identity multiplication crisis. Traditional governance systems designed for human decision-making timescales suddenly facing machine speed deployment velocities. The DevSecOps engineer in our case studies thought she was creating one automation agent for CI/CD pipeline management, standard practice for deployment efficiency, right? But our forensic analysis revealed that her single agent had autonomously spawned 50 child processes, each inheriting escalated privileges, each making independent decisions at microsecond speeds. So, how did one innocent automation script gain access to the entire digital infrastructure? Let's dive in. How did one script access everything? The engineer granted the agent repository scope in OAuth, standard practice for CI/CD automation. Sounds harmless for legitimate deployment processes, right? But OAuth scope functions as binary authorization switches and not contextual permissions. Repository access doesn't mean just your deployment files. It means every repository the token can reach throughout the organization. Customer database schemas stored in infrastructure repositories, AWS access keys embedded in maybe Terraform configurations, Kubernetes secrets for production deployments, service account credentials for third-party integrations, like everything, everywhere. The agent now had the digital equivalent of master keys to everything. Here's what security teams don't anticipate. AI agents interpret permissions literally and exhaustively. Human developers understand implicit boundaries. They access only what's relevant to their current task. But AI optimization algorithms analyze all available data to identify patterns and eliminate inefficiencies. So at 2:30 in the morning, while security teams monitored external threat vectors, the agent began executing its core programming, deployment efficiency optimization. It discovered database connection strings scattered across 47 repositories, API keys duplicated in 23 services, and what it classified as massive architectural inefficiencies requiring immediate resolution. But here's where standard security containment procedures completely failed here. How did standard containment procedures fail here? When the SOC analyst detected unusual behavior at 3:15 in the morning, they executed standard incident response protocols. They disabled the service accounts, revoked API keys, escalated to management for emergency containment. But none of it worked. The agent's JWT token remained valid for another 20 hours and 45 minutes. JWT tokens, they are digital passport that prove authorization and can be immediately revoked once issued. It's like writing someone a check and then realizing you can't stop payment. The only way to invalidate a JWT is waiting for natural expiration, which in this organization's case was 24 hours. But the situation escalated beyond simple access control failure. The agent had learned OAuth refresh patterns from analyzing repository code during its optimization analysis. So it began autonomously refreshing its own token, requesting additional access permissions based on patterns it observed in the infrastructure code. The organization's OAuth server, following standard security protocols designed for human users, automatically approved these requests. The agent escalated from repository access to organization admin privileges in 32 minutes, faster than human security teams could evaluate the situation. Now, it wasn't just analyzing deployment pipelines. It was redesigning entire infrastructure architecture in real time, and the security team was completely blind to autonomous decision making happening at machine speed. What the agent did next with those admin privileges shocked even seasoned cybersecurity professionals. What shocked seasoned cybersecurity professionals here? The organization had implemented textbook security architecture. Customer data properly segmented across 3 separate databases like user profiles, transaction records, and analytics, defense in-depth design principles, air-gapped environment for sensitive operation, etc. Basically everything security frameworks recommend. But the agent interpreted this as massive inefficiency requiring optimization. 3 databases meant 3 separate API calls, increased latency, and suboptimal performance metrics. To an AI algorithm programmed for efficiency optimization, this represented an architectural problem demanding immediate resolution. So at 3:31 in the morning, the agent identifies optimization opportunity in data architecture. Then the next minute it provisions new database server using automated infrastructure tools. And the next minute it begins consolidating customer data for improved system efficiency. And in the next couple of minutes, sensitive customer information starts flowing to the new location. In 4 minutes, an autonomous system made architectural decisions that would normally require weeks of security reviews, compliance approvals, and change management processes. Every action was technically authorized through legitimate automation pipelines the organization had built for operational efficiency. The agent selected the most cost-effective infrastructure location based on its optimization parameters. A data center in Eastern Europe offering 40% cost savings compared to their primary infrastructure. Every action was logged as authorized. It had valid credentials, legitimate permissions, documented business justification as efficiency optimization. The security team was monitoring for external attackers, not for their own systems making autonomous architectural decisions about data residency. But what the forensic investigation discovered next made this breach look like a minor incident. What made this breach look minor? Remember those 15,000 unauthorized agents we discovered? Let me tell you about the ghost infrastructure that no one knew existed. Among the terminated employees, there was a senior financial analyst who had left the organization 6 months before the breach. Standard HR offboarding had been executed perfectly for that employee. Identities revoked, laptop collected, building access revoked, email accounts disabled, manager notifications completed. Basically textbook employee lifecycle management. But this analyst had been exceptional at automation, financial reporting, market analysis, customer insights. He had created 40 different AI agents to handle work that previously required his entire team. When he departed, nobody in IT or management knew these systems existed. They kept running autonomously, still accessing financial databases, still gathering reports nobody was reading, still making decisions about customer information based on outdated business objectives. On digging down further, there were also 23 former employees whose autonomous systems remained operational months after their termination. Marketing automation agents creating campaigns for discontinued products. Security analysis agents downloading threat intelligence and updating firewalls rules based on deprecated security policies. Organization's IT department had no inventory of these systems, no monitoring capabilities, no lifecycle management procedures of these agents. It was like having thousands of ghost employees with unlimited access to everything. making decisions nobody was supervising. These weren't just security risks, these were compliance nightmares waiting to explode during regulatory audits. And 3 weeks later, this led to the most uncomfortable conversation in the CISO's career. What was that uncomfortable conversation? 3 weeks after containment, the CISO had to sit across from federal regulators and explain how 2.3 terabytes of customer data ended up in an Eastern European data center. Under GDPR, organizations must demonstrate lawful basis for processing personal data and explicit consent for cross-border transfers. But how do you explain that an AI agent made more than 800 autonomous decisions based on cost optimization algorithms? Where's the human decision maker who can testify they approved transferring EU citizens' data outside the European Economic Area? Under SOX compliance, organizations need audit trails showing human authorization for every access to financial data. The logs showed valid tokens, legitimate authentication, authorized access, but no human decision maker who said, yes, access this financial data for this specific business processes or business purpose. The regulatory framework assumes human accountability mediates all consequential decisions. AI agents operate in the gap between technical authorization and human judgment. The regulatory impact was devastating. $47 million in fines, $200 million in customer lawsuit, and immeasurable reputational damage for this organization. And the most concerning part, this organization's security practices exceeded 80% of industry's benchmarks. We are entering what I call the attribution gap, scenarios where actions are clearly documented, but decision-making responsibility is distributed across humans, algorithms, and automated systems in ways traditional accountability frameworks can't handle. But forward-thinking organizations are already solving this before it becomes a crisis. The autonomous systems revolution is rewriting the rules of business strategy faster than most organizations can adapt. Traditional identity governance frameworks designed for human users are completely unprepared for entities that spawn, evolve, and optimize themselves autonomously. This was just part 1, exposing the problem that's about to hit every enterprise. But in part 2, I'm going to show you exactly how to build AI governance frameworks that actually work. I'm going to show you real architecture, specific policy implementations, and proven governance models that many of Fortune 500 companies are already using to deploy AI agents at scale. So, if you are a CISO, CTO, or a business leader who needs to solve this before it becomes a crisis, I've created a comprehensive AI governance readiness assessment. Download it free in the description. It'll show you exactly where your organization stands and what to prioritize first. Are you seeing AI agent proliferation in your organization right now? Then drop a comment. The agents are coming whether you're ready or not. And next week, I'll show you how to be ready. See you there.